Welcome to Real Talk, Real Women. My name is Miriam Khalladi, and today we have not one, but two special guests. They are FitFluentia ambassadors, chefs, coffee lovers, and the founder of PurelyTwins.com, Lori and Michelle. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having us. We're honored to be here.
You're most welcome. So let's start at the beginning. What got you interested in health and fitness?
Well, I guess it started from a young age. We have two older sisters, and during, our middle school ages, they got into sports, volleyball, basketball, and things. So I guess from a young age, we got introduced to sports and physical activity, being active, and then that just kind of carried with us. We love the team feeling, and then as we got older, we got more educated in different types of working out and things, and then we happened again, because of our two older sisters, they got into bodybuilding and weightlifting pretty heavily, so that whole industry kind of opened up to us, and so it's just kind of, I guess, we've been lucky enough that it's been part of us ever since we were young.
Great. And today you run PurelyTwins.com, a site dedicated to helping women be more motivated, beautiful, strong, and confident. Who came up with that idea, and how did it start out?
We kind of both started up with the idea of doing it. Since we love helping and sharing things that we have learned throughout our life and what's worked for us, since we suffer from little different health issues, from skin issues to stomach problems to hormone problems, and we wanted to show other girls out there that they're not alone, that we suffer as well, but we can overcome it together and kind of all help each other together. And so it's helped us tremendously, just being able to connect with people from all over has really just helped us with all our motivation and inspiration, getting inspired from our readers. So it kind of was a combination of both of us just wanting to help and inspire others, and then just having the reaction back from our followers has just been tremendous, and we just love our little community so much.
You also have a highly popular YouTube channel where you share your workouts, yet you haven't set foot in the gym for over 3 years. Do you feel that people can still get in the best shape of their life even from home?
Yes, like you said, it's been over 3 years now since we've only been doing home workouts, mostly body weight. Occasionally we add in some weights or using a special type of equipment. We have an equalizer that allows us to do dips and pull-ups and things. But yes, because what we've been learning in all of our research is that to get almost in shape, to have a truly just overall nice-looking fit physique is moving your body differently, and your body weight is enough to do that. And it's just, we like to work our body differently every day, and that's also key. And so your body's always going and guessing, and you're pushing yourself differently. There's nothing wrong with gym workouts. We're not trying to say that, but we're trying to show people that if you are timid by a gym or you don't want to pay for the gym membership, that's fine. You can still get in shape by doing a variety of different exercises right in the comfort of your own home.
You also published a cookbook with recipes that are free of gluten, eggs, dairy, soy, even some raw recipes. What can you tell us about that?
Well, we just love being in the kitchen and love creating recipes and love using unique ingredients. And so when a few years back, we just fell in love with it and started creating these recipes, and we thought they were really good. So we started kind of getting our name out there in our local area, and we sold at a few local farmers markets some of our baked goods and some of our raw goods. And so the feedback was just great. So we did it for a few years, and then we decided, since we can't physically make the stuff anymore for people, we thought, well, at least we'll be able to share the recipes that we fell in love with and that other people fell in love with, so other people can fall in love with them. And we try to keep it very, it's our basic recipes that got us started in eating more gluten-free and allergy-friendly foods, and we love them. They're great recipes to kind of get people, if they're new to eating gluten-free or even just baking gluten-free, we try to keep the recipes very simple and use our favorite ingredients, and yeah, we just wanted to share our love of food for
we love working out, but we also love to eat.
You talk about a lot of your personal struggles like eczema, adult acne, constipation, hormones. Do you ever feel uncomfortable sharing these kinds of things about yourself?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Since we've had the issues for so long, and well, like being able to type it, for some reason, it's a little bit easier for us to share it because, you know, it's different when you're talking like one-on-one, sitting next to a person talking about tummy problems when they're sitting right next to you. But for some reason, by us able to type it, it's just words on a screen, it's been a little bit easier. But one thing that we've realized through doing it is that we've been able to go back a year later and look at what we were eating, what we said, what was going on. And so it's almost been a online personal journey for us. But there are moments when we didn't share everything going on that like, yeah, we wish we said more. So we're looking back and we can't remember. So we're trying to get better at sharing more just for our own personal notes, not, you know, if it helps somebody else, great. But we also want to show people that it's okay to talk about it. Like we feel too, like so many people don't talk about these issues, and when we get the feedback from all of our readers and how many people struggle with the same thing, and they're like, oh, thank you so much for bringing that up, it's eye-opening that these topics should be talked about more because they are so important to your everyday health and your long-term, you know, goals and what you want to do in life. And we all want to feel good and look good. So if you're having, you know, acne, if you're having digestive problems, like that's your body telling you there's something wrong. And so we want to open up that dialogue more and have people be more of an open community and really be okay with talking about those not so fun topics and just realize, you know, it's okay to talk about those things, and that's how we learn and we grow. So
thank you so much for your openness. I like how you state on your website that PurelyTwins is not about being perfect or judgmental, but about being self-confident and having self-respect and about living life. Do you feel that trying to be perfect prevents a lot of women from really living life to the fullest?
Yes, I mean, even for us, again, looking back, how even we try to be perfect at certain things, and us, that stress of trying to be perfect would just make us feel even worse. So, you know,
It's been a process, though. It's definitely, you can't just not learn to be perfect overnight. It's all about finding what works for you and being okay with it, even though it might be different than what someone else is doing. But as long as you're truly looking inside yourself and being happy and learning that this is my life, there's going to be mistakes. And one thing that we try to show in the blog is we face troubles all the time, but we just accept them and we deal with it at the moment, adapt if we need to change something, and then just kind of keep going. And that's another thing we want to show people is life's always going to throw you curveballs. There's always going to be not perfect moments, and it's just about now changing your attitude. And it's a struggle for us. And we talked about our issues of self-confidence and stuff. So it's a daily process for us too. But again,
because we go through times like we feel like we're failing, but really we're learning even more about ourselves. So we always have to take that moment to step back and be like, no, wait, we're not failing. This isn't a failure. This is just a huge learning experience. And so we try to, you know, tell that to our readers that, you know, kind of wipe the slate clean, take that pressure off yourself, know that you're worth it, and that you're unique and different in your own way, and so you shine through. So
right. So it's about learning to love yourself first, and then everything else follows. How do the two of you deal with that?
Really, by us, one advantage we have being twins is we have another person here always telling us, no, it's okay, you're going to get through this, let's tackle this together kind of thing. And so we're trying to bring that onto the blog, and if, you know, having people email us, contact us on all our social media, we're here to help you. If you're having an issue, we may not have the exact answer, but we can at least let you know that we're here for you and that you're going to get through it. So a lot of it is just having a support system really helps us get through it, and being inspired by other women like yourself and just seeing other people doing it out there in the world, and just that alone is inspiration that I can do it. And it's more of a little self-talk to ourselves to help us.
Sorry, tell us about Jax. You got him about a year ago, and you write on your website that changed your life and that you learned a lot from him. What can you share about that?
Oh my gosh, I've always wanted a dog, and I knew I wanted a Vizsla for about 2 to 3 years before I even got one, because I'm sensitive to dogs. I'm kind of allergic to them, and I've read good things about Vizslas since they don't have that doggy dander smell, so they can be really good for people who are sensitive to dogs. And I just love their personalities and stuff. So Jax has just taught me so much. He taught me to laugh at myself more, really the biggest thing he taught me is to really live in the moment, because dogs don't think about the future, they don't think about the past, they're just right there. And so I guess that's the biggest lesson he's taught me, is that just focus on today, enjoy that moment, even if it's a good or bad moment, enjoy it, embrace it. And just his personality, what he brings to my life every single day. He does something funny almost every second, just makes me laugh and smile, and reminds me that, life is good, and be happy and be grateful for what I have. So, yeah. I would say patience. He's definitely taught her patience. Yes, he's definitely helped me become more of a patient person, as well as I was never much of a patient person. So, yeah. It's amazing what dogs can teach you. So pretty much, again, living life in the moment, not worrying about the past or the future too much. And,
yeah, that's just great. Michelle, you write on PurelyTwins that you learned a lot of over the years and how that changed your view on life. How important is education to you, and how do you go about learning new things?
Well, I like to read articles. I feel like I'm always on the internet researching things or talking to other people about things, picking up a magazine or a new book. I'm on Amazon a lot buying new health books and things like that. Sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. We talked about that a lot in the blog, about how there's just so much conflicting information out there in the health world. You read one article and then someone comes and bashes it, and that whole back and forth thing. So I'm really just trying to learn different philosophies and just trying to understand those people's approaches. And the way for me to do it is just reading articles and researching. And thank goodness for the internet, because you now have access to almost anything, and which also sometimes can be a bad thing, though, because then you get too much information, and you're trying to process it all. But a lot of researching online, and then also reading books on health and stuff is, I guess, the biggest way I stay educated. With going out being a personal trainer, we hope to get more into the nutrition and fitness world now through going to conferences and seminars and things, and really networking. We love being able to learn from other people, and I guess that's another big tool that we try to take advantage of. Is just take people that have been in the industry, pick their brains, and realize that, you may not agree with them, but just learn something always from somebody.
Right. Can you also tell us about your Finding Me series?
Yes. So I've always been kind of, I guess, a wanderer in my life. I like a lot of different things. I like to be always learning and trying new things. So I feel like for me, I was struggling with what I wanted to do career-wise and just in my life, and just felt like I know there's other girls out there that just kind of feel like, what do I do? And so I kind of just wanted to share my struggles with it, of really finding who I am, dealing with my own insecurities, and just realizing that I have personal problems that I'm trying to overcome, and I try to show the world that we all have weaknesses, and that, again, though, trying to build a stronger inside, is the most important thing. And so I guess for my Finding Me, it's allowed me to kind of just openly share this struggle, and a lot of girls have written appreciating it, because, they've, at a moment in their life where they're like, they don't know what to do with their life, and I guess it's something important to me. It's still hard for me to write about it, because I still don't know where I want to be in life. I just know I just want to help others, and so this is just allowing me to kind of venture into that world.
And you're both doing a great job.
Thank you. That means a lot. We work hard, and we really just hope that we're inspiring people to do the best thing for their own life.
Oh, absolutely. So as we are getting close to the end of today's episode, I would love to ask you both for the single most impactful lesson you've learned this far on your health and fitness journey. It can be anything you like.
I know for me, it's being open. My diet has changed. I mean, even 10 years ago, it's so different. And I guess if someone told me I would be eating what I'm eating today, I would have laughed. I'm like, what is that? And so I feel like to me, the biggest thing I've learned in my health journey is truly being open. There's so much good things out there in the world that can heal you, and not just food, but just the mind, the body, the whole connection. So it's just being open to everything that can heal you, and really
just take it all in, and within all of that, they'll find your own path. But I feel like if the more open I am to something, the more I'm able to really, I can approach it better and truly understand if it's going to help me or not.
Great.
And I guess for me, the biggest thing that I've learned is just, it's more of me, I guess more of my mind, realizing how powerful my mind and my thoughts can influence my body and what's happening inside my body. And so I guess really just taking that more of awareness of, staying happy, saying those positive thoughts. If I have to put, I used to sometimes have to put, positive quotes all around me all the time. So I'm always surrounded by positivity. So my mind's always positive and telling me, especially when I was going through a lot of my, really bad acne, cystic acne-ish moments, it was really, really, really tough for me. And again, with a good support system, it's always having these positive things around me saying, I'm going to get through that, just keep believing, keep staying positive, and visualizing. So realizing the power of the mind and of being positive can have such an influence has really helped me a lot.
Great, I love it. So what's the best place for people to connect with you online?
On our blog, PurelyTwins.com is a great way to find us. We have our emails on there, but we're always active on social media. We have a Facebook fan page, we have a Twitter account, and we have personal Instagram, so you can see a little bit more of our personal life, kind of Lori being Lori and me being me, although you'll see a lot of the same things, again, being twins, and we share a lot of the same interests, so it's just kind of almost like we're the same person.
Great,
Yeah.
and I will make sure to put all the links below this video.
Great. Well, thank you again so much for this. So we hope all your readers and listeners enjoy it.
Thank you so much. You shared a lot of great insights. Is there anything else you would like to talk about today?
I guess just really just to kind of closing it off, just kind of again, just don't be afraid of who you are. We're all different and unique in our own way, and things are going to work for somebody and not work for somebody else. And don't, again, take that pressure off that you have to follow a certain mold. Just find what works for yourself individually, and just be happy. And remember, it's everything involves.
One thing too is that a lot of it's trial and error. Just tell people how do you know this works for you? Well, you have to try it, and that's the biggest thing, is you have to be willing to try to change. And until you're comfortable with that, you won't know. And so the biggest thing, I guess, is learning to experiment and being okay with experimenting, and know that something may not work. Well, it's okay. You just try something else. And there's a lot of ways, as we mentioned earlier in the video, a lot of ways to heal. And so you just got to, again, experiment until you find that. And you're going to go through periods you just get so frustrated, like, why is it not working? But you just got to keep going and just, let it go and try something new.
Thank you so much, Lori and Michelle. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. It was an honor.
You're most welcome. And thank you so much for watching. My name is Miriam Khalladi, and I will see you on the next episode of Real Talk, Real Women.